Hi everyone, I'm going to walk you through this week's assignment, which is creating 4 quadrants of the text for our reading The Madness of Humanity, Part 3, Tribalism. So I'm in Google Classroom and I'm going to open this assignment. It says 4 quadrants. And so you'll see this Google Drawing template right here that has 4 different rectangles. And then you'll see I also have opened up our actual copy of the text. So to begin, I am going to put my name in the center box. And then I just want to walk you through so you can see what this assignment is asking you to do. And I'm going to move this video over here. So for quadrant 1, your job is going to be to write an original phrase or sentence that demonstrates your understanding of the text. Original is the key word because that means it's your own words. The second quadrant, we're going to pick a quote from the text that stands out to us that shows what the main idea of the text is. Then quadrant 3, we're going to find and copy and paste an image that is a literal representation of the text, plus a sentence explaining why we chose that image. And then quadrant 4, we're going to copy and paste an image of a symbol that represents the ideas presented in this text, plus a sentence explaining why we chose that. So for an original phrase or sentence, let's do quadrant 1 first. We're just going to click here. We're going to highlight that text, and let's think about what this text was about. The Madness of Humanity, Part 3, Tribalism. Well, the word tribalism is in the title, and we know that Gleiser speaks a lot about what tribalism means and how it affects people. So for me, I'm thinking that tribalism is going to have something to do with my original phrase or sentence. And when I think of tribalism, I think of group memberships, groups we're a part of, and how those groups shape our beliefs, kind of like the conformity reading from a couple weeks ago. So for my original phrase, I'm going to say, let's see. The groups we are a part of shape the way we see the world. Okay, I don't want you to put what I put, but that's just an example of an original phrase or sentence. You can't find that phrase anywhere in this text. That just came from my mind. But for this quadrant, we do want to go straight to the text. So this is a quadrant where you can copy and paste a quote from the text that stands out to you that kind of shows the main idea. So I'm going to scroll through here. And there actually was a piece I remember reading. To belong into the tribe meant protection from outside aggressors and an immediate sense of identity. I feel like that sense of identity piece is huge because that's something we have read about. But I also think this part was important, that taken to its extreme, tribalism can be divisive, prejudiced, small-minded, and as we see every day in the news, deadly. That stuck out to me. And then finally, when we kind of go to the conclusion, he says, extreme behavior comes from a radicalized sense of belonging, a desperate attachment to single-minded goal. Extreme behavior is inward-looking, intolerant, unwilling to grow. The need to belong trumps any other value system, even one's own life. Okay, I actually like the first one that I saw the most. So to belong to the tribe meant protection from outside aggressors and an immediate sense of identity. I'm going to Control C and then Control V. And I want to put that in quotation marks. And I'm going to cite paragraph 5. You should cite as well. Then quadrant 3, find and copy or paste an image that is a literal representation of the text. Okay, literal representation, I'm going to open Google, and we should probably just look up tribalism and see if we find an image that is literal. Interestingly, this photo is the first one to come up, and there is actually a point in the text where Gleiser mentions the current election season. And with that, he is referring to the 2016 presidential election. So I am going to paste this image right here. And then we need to add our sentence. This literally represents the text because Gleiser mentions the divide in the 2016 election season. Okay, that's as much as I'm going to give you for this assignment. We've done 3 out of the 4 quadrants together. I do want to see what you come up with for a symbolic representation of tribalism, but please do your best to come up with your own words, especially for quadrant 1, especially for quadrant 3 and quadrant 4. I want to see what you come up with, okay? I hope you guys are having a wonderful day, and feel free to email me if you have any questions.